Hello. Well, hello and welcome to Story Time with Izzy. Today I'll be reading a book from the series of Little People, Big Dreams, Amelia Earhart. Written by Mademoiselle Isabel Sanchez Vigara. Illustrated by Maria Diamantes. Little People, Big Dreams, Amelia Earhart. When Amelia was little, she liked to imagine she could stretch her wings and fly like a bird. When she was older, she went to an air show. Sorry. The plane soared into the sky, leaving Amelia on the ground. She wished she could go with them and see what they saw. She got a ride in an airplane and liked it so much she didn't ever want to come down. So Amelia learned to fly. After months of practicing, she became the first woman to fly up to 14,000 feet. With a mechanic and a pilot, she was also the first woman to try and fly over the enormous Atlantic Ocean. As they set off, she waved at whales beneath her. That's a big whale, isn't it? Oh. After many hours, they reached land. The world looked small. So small, the houses and cars were like toys. Even though Amelia wasn't flying the plane, when they landed, she became famous. People around the world were inspired by her story. Amelia thought that every girl deserved to fly. So she founded a club with 98 other fearless pilots. A little later, she flew across the Atlantic all by herself. These are the people that were in the flying club. Let's count them, shall we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Even though it says that there were 98, they only put in as much as they could, I think. I wasn't the one who has published this book. As her 40th birthday approached, Amelia decided she wanted one final challenge: to fly around the whole world. A brave navigator went with her. They flew for thousands of miles over oceans and jungles, and over the savannah, I think, where giraffes turned their heads in their trail. Some people said the journey was crazy, but Amelia wasn't afraid of living 1,000 adventures. So she flew on like a bird, farther than anyone had gone before. Because Amelia always followed her own advice, do something. If you want to do something, do it. You never know how far you could get. Oh, did I skip a page? Oh, no, I didn't. Amelia Earhart, born 1897, disappeared. 1937. Okay. This part does not have any pictures, except these parts. That's Amelia as a little girl. That's her when she's like a teenager. That's her when she is a grown-up, I think. And that's her plane. She's just flying, and then she crash landed. Amelia was the most famous female pilot of the 20th century. She first became interested in planes after seeing an air show when she was nearly 20 years old. Oh, so that's Amelia Earhart when she was 20 years old. A little later, pilot Frank Hawks gave her a ride in a biplane. A biplane or a biplane. From that moment on, she said, I knew I had to fly. Amelia took lessons and bought her first plane 6 months later. She used it to set a new women's world record by flying up to 14,000 feet. She was the first woman to fly over the Atlantic. That was a part we read in the book. With a mechanic and a pilot, and later herself, in 1929, Amelia was the first president of the 99. Wow, I never knew that. In an organization that supported female pilots, in 1935, she became the first person to fly solo across the Pacific. Solo means alone. Across the Pacific Ocean, but Amelia was always keen for a new challenge. She decided to try to fly around the world. She decided to try and fly around the world in a total of 29,000 miles. On July 2nd, she was trying to reach Howland Island in the mid-Pacific when she reported that their gas was running low. Soon after, communications from the plane stopped. There was massive rescue attempts, but Amelia and her plane had vanished. I said had vanished. Where were we? Ah, yes. In 1938, a lighthouse was built on Howland Island in her memory. And today, her bravery is celebrated around the world. The end. And the reason I like this book is because Amelia Earhart was brave and adventurous. The